Well, I have to say this ATP Finals was sort of unexpected, but also at the same time, it was also expected. So, first thing I want to say is spoiler alert if you haven't already watched it. Congratulations to Sinner for winning the year end number one, but also on top of that, winning the ATP Finals up against Fritz. But wow, Sinner, I mean, since the very beginning of Australian Open run, he has been playing impressive. Not in every tournament, but when he does play impressive, he's almost unstoppable. No one can beat him in the baseline other than Alcaraz, unless it's in the indoor courts. I'm starting to think that Fritz is having a nightmare going up against Sinner because their last four matches, Sinner has had the upper hand. The last time that Fritz beat Sinner was when they actually played the first time in, was it Indian Wells 2021? I actually had to look this up, but it is crazy to me that Fritz has been struggling to beat Sinner their last four matches. And I think Fritz at this point has to feel irritated because US Open, and then Sinner went up against Fritz twice this past week in the ATP Finals of 2024 and still lost. So Fritz, despite the fact that he was actually playing somewhat good this week, still came up short against Sinner because Sinner, oh my God, Sinner is just out of this planet. I don't know how you can explain it. Right? It's not like Fritz wasn't just playing terrible or he just gave up halfway. He's actually trying his best, and if anything, right, how else would he have actually managed to beat Zverev if Fritz was actually playing that bad? I would expect Zverev to win that match, to be honest. So I don't know. I guess Fritz is just gonna have to figure this out in some way, shape, or form. But it's actually nice to see an American tennis player actually do well and stay in the top 10 and not one of these, like temporary American players that hop into the top 10 and they play, and then what? Like they play for a good 2 months, 3 months, and then they drop off the top 10, and then that's it. You never hear or see them again in the top 10. Players like Fritz, very nice to see. We need more American players like that. So we're going to be talking about exactly what happened this past week with the ATP Finals, starting with the Medvedev versus Fritz match. Oh man, Medvedev. He is not playing well to start with the ATP Finals. And if you watch that match, he was throwing tantrums, he was hitting the ball up in the air, he was complaining, nothing was working in his favor, and Fritz ended up taking that match. He ends up winning it, so congrats to Fritz for doing the best that he can and even actually going as far as making it to the finals, so congrats to him. But also, it was sort of a good run for Zverev as well. It's very nice to see that when he was interviewed, why he was actually practicing right after the Paris Masters final that happened about a couple of weeks ago. He answered that he wanted to get into Sinner and Alcaraz's level. And hearing that from him, among his generation of, the Medvedev, the Rublev, Tsitsipas, all those guys, I'm very happy because I'm around their age group. And when they sort of came into the scene, they were the first sort of generation that I could actually somewhat relate to, even though I myself am not a professional tennis player. But seeing people around the age group as I am, playing their best tennis and reaching into the top 10 and just hoping one of them can actually at least win more than one Grand Slam. Medvedev's done that, but we have not seen Zverev in the multiple Grand Slam finals that he's achieved, and we have yet to see him actually win a Grand Slam final in a tournament. So here's to best luck of Zverev, and hopefully he can actually win a Grand Slam tournament. I do enjoy watching his baseline game from time to time. That forehand, very lethal. Other than that, Rublev, all the other guys, they played okay, right? Nothing too impressive. And Alcaraz, right, still has long ways to go when it comes to playing these indoor types of matches. It still seems like he's still not playing his best tennis with these types of tournaments. And hopefully he'll be able to win one day, or at least somewhat get used to it, right? Because as we saw from the Paris Masters, he got beat by Hugo Humbert, who was actually on fire when he did have his match. So what's next from here? So we got Davis Cup. And if you've been following Nadal for quite some time now, this is going to be his last final tournament match, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and Rafa Nadal's last dance, right? What do you guys think? Are you guys going to miss Nadal? I know there's going to be some Nadal fans out there that are definitely going to be missing the action. As someone that was a Federer fan, watching a lot of Federer's matches, it was very sad to see him go. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to feel the same way when it comes to Nadal and his final speech, right? He's going to have his moment. He's going to be playing for Spain. So all that is going to be happening in Davis Cup. And I am actually going to go and watch that match. And it's probably going to be an emotional match for a lot of fans and just tennis fans in general. So what do you guys think? Are you guys going to be watching the Davis Cup? What did you guys think about the ATP Finals? Was it boring? Were you expecting Sinner to win right off the bat with the way that he was playing? I don't think Sinner even lost one match in ATP Finals. That's how crazy good that he was playing this past week. So Darren Cahill, big change that helps Sinner just gain overall confidence in the way that he plays on court. So yeah,